2011, I get a text message from my poker dealer saying, "The feds are here. They're looking for you. Don't come here." So finally, I knew it was over. And all I wanted to do was go home and see my mom. So I packed a bag, took my dog, my beagle, who's 20 years old, who's been with me through all of this, and headed for the airport. As I was trying to purchase a plane ticket, my credit card got declined. I logged onto my accounts, and all of them were seized, frozen in the red, millions of dollars gone. And the feds said to my lawyer, "We want her to come in and tell us what she knows about organized crime, about celebrities, about Wall Street." And I passed. And I moved back in with my mom, and I didn't have any money, and my reputation was in tatters, and my network was decimated. And after feeling sorry for myself for a couple weeks, I got out of bed, and I said, "You're not going down without a fight." And I had to own all the mistakes that I made and take a really hard look at them. And then I looked with clear eyes at what's the asset here? What's the monetizable asset here? What's the reinvention? And I believed it was the story. I believed it was the story. So I got a book deal. I spent 2 years writing the book, and I got a job, and I moved back to LA, and it seemed like things were back on track. And 10 days later, after I moved back to LA, I got arrested by 17 FBI agents in the middle of the night. High-beam flashlights, semi-automatic weapons. I got really sick of getting held at gunpoint in my apartments. And they put a piece of paper in front of me that said, "The United States of America versus Molly Bloom." And I was looking at a lot of jail time. Again, the feds wanted me to become a confidential informant. They wanted me to give up my hard drives and go on the record and tell them what I knew about these people. But the truth is that I built this game. I enabled the gambling. I profited from the gambling. If there were consequences, I needed to stand up for them, not on the backs of people that I had engaged in this activity. So I pled guilty, and I was facing 10 years. Luckily, I had a very merciful judge who sentenced me to no jail time. And again, I was so happy that I wasn't going to jail, because losing your money sucks, but losing your freedom is a whole different story. But I was still in a bad spot. I had no money, no job prospects. Now I'm a convicted felon. And so, the book didn't make enough noise, so I needed to go to somewhere and someone who could make that noise with this story, and that was Hollywood. And so I started kind of running numbers on writers. And what I came up with is that when Aaron Sorkin makes a bet, it pays off. He gets box office, he gets award noms, and he writes with an intelligence and humanity. So I started going around to different agencies, lawyers, managers, and what I realized is that everyone wanted to hear the story, but nobody wanted to make it. There was too many people involved, it was too risky. So I just used those meetings to ask people if I could get to Aaron. Can I meet Aaron Sorkin? Can I meet Aaron Sorkin? And most people laughed me out of their office. But survival mode is a whole different deal. You get to check the ego at the door, and it's empowering. And so finally, I found someone. And he asked Aaron for a personal favor, and Aaron said yes. So I flew to LA and tried to muster up the last bit of confidence that I had inside. And I told him my story. And it must have worked, because he said to me, "Wow, I've never met someone so down on their luck, yet so full of themselves." And the rest is history. 3.5 years ago, I thought I was going to jail, and this year I went to the Oscars. And I guess what I want to say is, we're all going to fall. And whether you're like me and you knock yourself down over and over, or whether the world knocks you down, it's never too late for reinvention. It's never too late for a second chance, and it's in you to keep going. And that's my playbook on intelligent growth. Thank you very much.